It's time for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Brood Awakening Coffee, with 3 locations to serve you. Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby, Highway 62 412 at Balmer Boulevard, and the Walmart East Plaza. And now, Down on the Corner.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas, Southern Missouri. It is Tuesday, June 5th, 2018. It is 7 a.m.
Woohoo!
Wow.
Whoop, whoop. It's a beautiful morning. Nice,
Yeah,
cool
it is.
morning. And
Yep.
We'd rather be fishing.
Rather be fishing. Listen to the judge over here.
you'd rather be fishing.
Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome Down on the Corner program. Dale Hoffman, your host, along with Scooter Callis, Jerry Hogan. Guest coming up is our County Judge, Mickey Pendergrass. So stick around and we'll hear from the judge here in a few minutes. How you guys doing?
Good.
I'm doing great.
Yeah. Yep.
Woke up this morning, went outside, and it's nice and cool outside.
yeah.
This is how I like it.
Yeah.
I like it where it's cool at night, and I could go camping right now.
Mm-hmm.
Problem is, 90-something degree days was gonna.
Yeah, but if you're camping by a river, you can always jump in the river or the lake or something like that.
Yeah.
Stay cool, anyway.
Or the air conditioning.
In a
If you're
tent.
pulling a trailer.
Hey, I was last year when I was camping. I pulled up this campsite, and there's this tent set up, and they've got a window unit, heat and air unit.
In a tent?
Side of the tent blowing in.
And you've seen the redneck air conditioners. Everybody has one. Put a fan in a igloo cooler.
Oh, yeah.
Not a Yeti. It does not work for Yetis. You got to hit it in a igloo, put ice in it, and blows right out. Keep you cool.
If you go to camp, use a tent, the stove, and be done with it. You don't need an air conditioner in a tent.
Yes, you do, Dale.
Come on, Dale.
90-something degrees.
It's called roughing it, guys. Roughing it.
It's called old age. The roughing it's over.
Maybe for you. Anyway, we're enjoying Brood Awakening Coffee. Hope you're doing the same. Brood Awakening Coffee with 3 locations to serve you at Mountain Home. Balmer Boulevard, BRMC Lobby, which is our hospital, and of course Highway 62 East Plaza out by Walmart, out by Anytime Fitness, and be sure to drive through and get some of the best coffee in town. Brood Awakening.
We also invite you to come on over, sit in, watch the show,
Come on
grab
down,
some
watch the
coffee,
show.
enjoy
Well,
life
we
a
still
little
have a
bit.
pot over there. Anyway, if you're not drinking Brood Awakening, just drinking muddy water. Brood Awakening Coffee, best coffee in town. And Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas bring you the morning prayer each and every day. With all our respect, Roller Funeral Home, when the needs arise, be sure to choose Roller Funeral Homes for the service for your loved one. You will not be disappointed. They'll bend over backwards to honor your request and do whatever is feasible. So Roller Funeral Homes brings the morning prayer. Let's pause now for the morning prayer. Heavenly Father, when I hear or watch news reports about gun violence, the term hold our elected leaders accountable is used quite a bit. But controlling someone's ownership of a gun isn't the answer. The problem is gun violence is who controls the mind of the person holding a gun. The weapon isn't violent. The mind of the person killing someone with a gun is the violent one. Our culture is a violent culture. Our entertainment on TV is violent. Our video games are violent. Lord, my prayer today is you help us to see the need for Jesus Christ for salvation and the cleansing of our minds. It's my prayer today. Amen. Morning prayer brought to you by Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas. Roller Funeral Homes with all our respect. Greg Farm Services. Yeah.
And now for the weather.
Greg Farm Services brings you the weather each and every day. Let's see what's on tap here. Well, first of all, I got to do this. On the farm, around the home, in the community. Greg Farm Services, Mountain Home, and Midway. Don't forget about Greg's Wildlife Expo, Sports, Conservation, and Fun, Saturday, August 11th, Baxter County Fairgrounds, featuring Johnny Morris's Wonders of Wildlife National Museum and Aquarium. Vendor space still available. You can click right there for details. Then Father's Day gifts. I don't know when Father's Day is coming up one of these days. And here's gifts for dads here. All kinds of good things.
Do we have a clue what day Father's Day actually?
17th.
17th. All right. I figure somebody would know.
There you go. And here you go. This just popped up. 10% off gifts for dads from now until June 16th. Let us know it's a gift for dad and get 10% off. There you go.
See, you get that card and say it's a gift. Tell your kids to get you that card. It's a gift for dad. And there you go.
There you go. All right.
There you get 10% off of that.
Mm-hmm. You got the FlexRite Garden Hose 50 foot for $19.99. The wet 3-year weed barrier for $4.99. 3 foot by 50 foot. Regular price is $5.99 there. Good savings right there. 3-pack of 7 dust for $10.99. All kinds of good things at Greg's Farm Services. Greg's Farm Services, Mountain Home and Midway, on the farm, around the home, in the community. And they bring you the morning weather. We've got 62 degrees in Mountain Home, 61 at Harrison. It's 65 at Hardy. Mountain View checks in at 59. 60 at Yellville, 59 at Marshall, 62 at Calico Rock. Around the region, St. Louis at 57, Poplar Bluff at 59. We got Branson at 59, West Plains at 56, and Watford City has almost caught up with us in North Dakota. We're at 61 degrees here, 61 degrees there, 62 degrees here. They finally caught us. Remember those minus 43 days up there?
I remember at one point in the winter we were colder than they were.
Yeah.
That's just not right.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, they were like 18 above, and we're like 4 above or something like that.
We were colder than Alaska a few times.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I remember that. That's just crazy. That's just not right.
No.
I'm putting my foot down.
Protest. Don't damage the concrete. The national radar looks like this. We've got shower activity along the Arkansas-Louisiana line that tees off into Mississippi and stretches down a little bit into the panhandle of Florida. And let's see what else we have. A little bit off the west coast out in California, and then Montana, North Dakota getting some shower activity right now. Montana, and then it stretches up almost to the Canadian border, pushing over, going to be going into northwest Minnesota here in a bit. Some of that shower activity now I'm starting to see. I'm going to refresh this, Scooter, so hang on tight. Here we go. Southeast Oklahoma picking up some showers. This is around the Shreveport area going northwest. You can see it just to the west, southwest of Texarkana, Arkansas and Texas right there. Line of showers over there from Monroe to Shreveport, Louisiana. It's not going to affect us at all. Hit the Little Rock stop there, Scooter. Ready?
Yep.
Picking up maybe a little bit of light shower activity, I-40 east out of Little Rock towards West Memphis. You can see a little bit of splotchiness on the radar right there. Some of the shower activity is already moved over into Greenville, Mississippi area. Then there's another line that's kind of following, what would that be? I guess it'd be Highway 67 to the west of Jonesboro. It's kind of an odd pattern right there out of Little Rock. They've got that intensity turned up, but maybe just some light showers. May not even be hitting the ground. It may just be the radar stop showing that. But there's your map for Arkansas. You can see most of the highways are clear right now. 62, 412 east and west. Highway 65 north and south, Little Rock, Branson. Your interstates 30, 40, 49, 55 in Arkansas, with the exception of I-40 east going towards Lone Oak, Carlisle right there. Maybe right around in this area picking up a few showers. Like I say, may not be hitting the ground, but it's showing up on the radar. Checking Missouri, southwest Missouri first. You see Joplin, Springfield. They've got the intensity turned up, trying to find any moisture they can out there. I-44 looks like it's clear all the way into St. Louis. I-70, Kansas City, Jeff City, Columbia. Looks good there. Going to St. Louis here. Maybe a little bit around St. Louis right now. I-70 showing a little bit. I-64 east is clear out of St. Louis. I-55 going up into St. Louis. Looks like South County getting a little bit right there. Like I say, they could have the intensity turned up on the radars. I'm not sure if this is actually hitting the ground, but that's what the radar is showing. Right?
Do they turn up the intensity?
They can, yeah.
Like crank it up when they can't find anything, then crank it back down?
Just kind of make it look like there's something there.
Yeah.
Well,
in pretty colors on the map.
I don't know how the Doppler
intensity
works now, but years ago we had this is in the old TV 43 days. And I was at the studio one night working and turned the radar on. It was nice, warm, sunshiny day like we have today. About 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I turned that thing, and you can tilt it. In other words, you can tilt it like level. So I could like see if it's raining on the road out front, or I could tilt that thing up just to see. You know, when a thunderstorm builds, it builds tall. You say, well, these thunderstorms are 35,000 feet, they're 40,000 feet. Severe storms are like 70,000 feet tall. Well, if you got a real tall storm, it'll find the top of it. So I cranked that thing up one night, and I found this little bitty spot 400 or 500 miles away. By 10 o'clock that night, it was raining here. Was able to track it that far with that little bitty radar. And that's been 35 years ago, so you know that the radar stuff is a lot more sophisticated now. So I'm sure they can find a water drop somewhere with that stuff.
I imagine back in your day, you know, when your weather thing was if your horse was wet, it was raining.
If you're running windshield wipers, it's raining.
Wipers on a horse. Okay.
In my car. Jerry, what you got in community calendar there, bud?
I thought you were going to do the forecast.
He doesn't like the forecast.
He hates them forecasts.
Do they ever work?
Yes. People like hearing, well, tomorrow it's going to be sunny.
What about today? It's sunny right now.
Oh, yeah.
Well, let's see what the forecast is here. Today, sunny, high of 85. Tomorrow, sunny, high of 89. Thursday, sunny, high of 90. Friday, sunny, high of 90.
Keep going.
Broken record. Friday night, 20% chance of slight.
There you
20% chance of slight showers. There you go. Low of 70, high of 90 on Saturday. We're in that pattern. Yeah. Right now we got a dew point of 61 with 96% humidity. It's on the verge of getting uncomfortable again. That dew point comes up a few more points. You're going to be sticky. So
it's that time of year.
It is that time of year.
All right. Tonight is the Taste of Twin Lakes at the Baxter County Fairgrounds. If you don't have your tickets, you're just kind of out of luck on this one because I'm pretty sure they're sold out.
They are.
10th annual Taste of Twin Lakes, but you can always give to Serenity. It's a good organization. It helps more than just Baxter County. I think they help even parts of Boone County. I don't know, but they get out there pretty good. That's 5:30, 9:30 night. Might be able to go out there and try to panhandle a ticket. I don't know, but it's going to be worth it.
You'll be scalping tickets, Jerry.
Yeah. Yeah. Like the big city.
You're going, aren't you, tonight?
Oh, you bet.
All
Absolutely. Right. Yeah, I'm not
It's food, isn't it?
I'm not eating any breakfast or lunch. So beware, vendors. I'm coming with a vengeance. All right. Whoa, that's July 20th. Go ahead and mark your calendar. The Mountain Home Class of 1988 reunion. Be going on at the back 40. And
just babies.
Just babies. They're almost 50 years old. 2 more years. All right. Thursday, 6 p.m. Here's the big one. I'm definitely going to this. Out at the Baxter County Fairgrounds, it's the Care Center Ministries annual Friend Raiser. They're going to be raffling off a retro camper. And if you've seen these dudes, they're pretty cool. But $20 will get you in the drawing, and that will include a Holy Smokes barbecue dinner. Or if you just want the dinner, it's $10, and you can come out, and it's a family-friendly event. So bring the kids. There's going to be games.
Now keep in mind that $20 ticket puts you in the drawing for the camper.
Right.
But it also puts you in the drawings for all the little things that they're giving away. They got a bunch of little things, and it goes. Your name will go on both.
There you go. So you can get little stuff too. And it'll just, I mean, there's going to be bounce houses, games, testimonies, and much more. You going in the bounce house? Of course I am, Dale.
Everybody knows surprise.
You ever bounced on trampoline with the fat kid? So,
he can send the other kids. The little kids love it.
They get airborne. Get ready, kids. Boom.
Are you about finished? I'm out of coffee. I need more coffee. We need to go to break.
Well, I reckon so. It's Tuesday.
All right. Time for more coffee, Scooter.
Be right
There's
back.
a few ads in there. Be right back.
Our old burger was only 7 ounces, but now it's 8 with brioche bun and pickles. Comes with its own steak knife, it's really that big. Your best competition is always yourself. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh, baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. We're focused on one thing, burgers, ribs, fajitas. Just that one thing, burgers, ribs, and fajitas. We're reeling in our menu because it got out of hand. We had a moment of self-actualization. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh baby, Chili's is back, baby back, baby back.
With a large showroom of over 13,000 square feet, the Furniture Depot is your local choice for quality name brand furniture at prices anyone can afford. They carry a great selection of catnapper recliners, power recliners with lumbar support and lift chairs. Check out Furniture Depot's variety of living room and dining room sets in various styles and designs. And don't forget about their mattress gallery featuring Serta, Symbol mattresses, and adjustable beds. Family owned and operated, that's Furniture Depot, located in the Ozark Shopping Center in Mountain Home.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
So there I was, naked as a jaybird in the shower with soap in my hair and eyes when I lost water pressure down to a dribble. I immediately grabbed my towel and dialed up Jake at JM Sales and Pump Service. Jake came right over and fixed my water pressure. Now I can take my showers with confidence. Just call Jake.
For all your sales and pump needs, just call Jake at JM Sales and Pump Service, 870-431-5445. He offers high-quality stay-right products.
You've tried medications just cover up the pain, and you've tried dieting to help lose weight. Before you try something drastic like surgery to get rid of the numbness and tingling, why don't you try a better approach to health? Hi, I'm Dr. Charles Osgood, and at Mountain Home Family Chiropractic, we heal the whole person the natural way.
At Mountain Home Family Chiropractic, we take a hands-on approach to chiropractic care, massage therapy, and nutritional counseling. Our 20 years of service has led to successful results.
When I come in to see Dr. Osgood, sometimes after one adjustment, I have immediate relief. Sometimes it takes 4 or 5 adjustments.
I recommend Mountain Home Family Chiropractic because it really works and keeps me pain-free.
Mountain Home Family Chiropractic supports the community by donating to Mountain Home Food Basket and the Lions Club. Request an appointment with us today at Mountain Home Family Chiropractic. Excellence for your body and frame alignment.
You already know that.
(7:17), almost 7:18, and we want to welcome Baxter County Judge Mickey Pendergrass. And hello again. Another month has passed since we last talked.
Yes, and good morning. Thanks for having me.
And so what's going on?
Congratulations on the win. Yeah, big win. Low turnout. I don't know what that says, but thank you for that.
It was a low turnout.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what everybody's saying. It was a pretty low turnout, but
I wonder why.
You came out on top. So
I think everybody said about 13%, a little over 13%. I don't know. It was statewide. It wasn't just here. It's off-season primary, and I think they've got the elections dates trying to cooperate with the national elections and tie into them. They've got them so messed up, and you gear up to run for, if you have a primary, which was unusual. I'm like John Thurston said, I'd a lot rather run in a general election than I had a primary, and he said that several times during this campaign. But you get geared up for that, and then you got a dry spell through all the hot months of summer, and then you start trying to gear up again in September.
Yeah.
You know, we used to do primaries in August, and the season run right through, and it seemed to be work a little better. But it's made for TV just like everything else, I think.
I reckon. I guess.
So here we are on TV talking about it.
There you go. But yeah, it was a low voter turnout, and I don't know. You think people? Well, we had the governor had a primary. You had a primary. John Thurston had a primary. Oh well, he's going to win anyway, or this guy's going to win, or she's going to win, or this is going to happen. You think it's just they really didn't care?
They just didn't get fired up about it. I wished I could know what the reason behind it all. Maybe I could work on and help change that. But they had a primary in both political parties for governor, and then they had
primary in the second congressional district. But then we had the judicial races that were on.
Is that what, Walmart or French Hill?
No, French Hill.
French Hill.
There was a primary there on the D side. But I think there was one in, well, Steve Womack had one too, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you had the judicial races, which I think a lot of times people don't understand the importance of the Supreme Court and the appeals court in Arkansas or any other state as far as that's concerned. But the way we do it in Arkansas and elect them on nonpartisan ballots, it's just amazing that they hand down decisions and they rule whether or not what the General Assembly passes or what some constitutionality of things, and through the appeals court process for criminal court as well. But those need to be given a lot more importance in people's lives than they seem to be doing.
Is it a good thing or bad thing that we elect judges during a primary?
Well, they have that figured out, so that they don't have to have a runoff in the judicial races until the general. So I like that part of it, to where we have a school board in the Norfolk district that had 3 competitors. Nobody got 50 plus 1, so they're having a runoff in 2 or 3 weeks. They did set up the judicial races to where the runoff will be in November. I like that part of it. The tough part, and I think from a candidate perspective, and that's whether you're partisan or nonpartisan, is you have your filing period so early in late February, early March, and then you have a primary in May, and then you have this, if you have a general election in November, you've got all this dead space. And it just seems to me like get a lot more people involved. They've moved the primaries back and the filing periods closer to the where everything works a little more in order. But what I know, I'm just the county judge.
Well, when you put it in perspective, those who won that race in the judicial, and when was that, May 22nd, I think it was, something like that, they'll take office on January 10th or 17th or something like that. It was like Court of Appeals and Supreme Court.
Yeah.
There should be a runoff between David Sterling and...
it'd be in November.
On
general election.
Wow.
Between
Courtney Goodson
and
yeah.
David Sterling, yes. Yeah. So it'll be... And there'll probably a lot more interest to vote in that voting because general elections tend to draw a lot more participants in the voting process. Even though locally we don't have but one JP race, if I'm not mistaken, that's all we have locally. As far as the general election, the rest of us will be unopposed in January. But there will, of course, be the statewide race of Secretary of State, Land Commissioner, Governor, and then the runoff for the judicial Supreme Court race. But I think that's going to be punched about it. But people tend to get... Of course, we don't have a presidential race this year, and that seems to be what stirs everybody up.
Yeah.
It gets more people involved. And in my opinion, that there's not near enough people turnout. When you get a 54% turnout for a presidential election, it ought to be 100%. But
yep, I agree.
They don't.
They don't.
So we encourage, and that's the disappointing part about the election. It's the few people that's making the decision for all of us. Whether you like the results or not, you still have a very few. When 13.4% of the people are. And that's of registered voters. That's not of the people. That's just of the registered voters.
Yeah.
When they're making the decisions for you and who they're electing, then you got to consider whether or not you have any room to complain.
That's true. Had to go over to Nashville 2 weeks ago, and I thought I'm going to take a different route. So I cut up across northern Arkansas, east Arkansas, then up into Missouri. In Arkansas, Missouri, sign after sign, now hiring, help wanted, management positions, we need help. Just sign after sign after sign. What are you seeing in the economics after the tax cut and some of the other things, not only in the presidential agenda, but also in the gubernatorial area? You've got the tax cut, you've got the jobs incentives, we've got good things going on in Marion County. the feed area, the plastic manufacturer, electronics manufacturing over there. Things are good. Well, let's say better than what they were. What are you saying?
Well, it's difficult to find top-notch employees in here. The employee base we have, it's hard to bring in. So you want to bring in another manufacturer or some kind of service provider, producer that needs
workers.
Lots of workers. Then you're going to have to draw from outside the area because they're just not here, and it's a struggle we fight. And we constantly go through that. The county, we're within the top 10 or 15 employers in our county. There's a different branches of county government, and keeping all the positions filled when people move on or retire or what happens, it becomes more difficult. We're constantly searching. But
people are begging for help.
Yes, they are.
I'm not going to mention the name.
If you want a job, you can find what you...
There's a local fast food shop here in town that is hurting so bad for workers that they have to close their drive-thru. They can't keep people because they have to close the drive-thru.
Yeah, I've been hearing about some of those that's having a hard time filling positions, and there's probably a multitude of reasons why that is true, but it still affects the economy when you can't find employees. And when you get into positions like what we and other service providers or manufacturers have, you've got to have trusted employees, trained employees. Their work history and records has got to be better than what a lot of them are. So keeping everybody's nose straight and looking for the kind of job, but we got to work. It's hard to find them.
I'm going to pick on the millennials for a little bit. How do we stress, and Scooter's even talked about this, and my 4 boys have really good work ethics, and his kids do too. But what I'm hearing is, they work 13, 14 hours, and I work Monday here and I work Tuesday here, and I want to do this and this and this. The kids aren't seeing the what's the word I'm looking for? The dedication or the need to work Monday through Friday 8 hours a day. It's not there right now with some of the younger folks. I know when I was 16 years old,
you're going to get us all dialed over into a sphere which we do not need to enter. But there are a large. Let's use a big word. There's a plethora of reasons why that is.
Yeah.
And work ethics, and I've watched this over now as my grandkids are entering the workforce, and I see their work ethic, and I know what's been transferred down through our generations in my family and my wife's family. But a lot of the newer generations don't want to work themselves up through the ranks like we did.
Yeah.
They want to start at the top.
Oh, yeah.
And they're getting educated and being convinced, and in some cases been coddled to where they expect to start at the top.
Yeah.
Explain to me why, and this is no reflection upon the young man who ran against me in the election, but when you're 24 years old and you have no experience and you run for county judge, what does that say about that generation? Mm-hmm. He had some good reasons, and I commended those reasons. I want to get my generation involved, and they need to be involved.
Yeah, they do.
But there is a process that they go through, because I've got grandkids in that generation, and they are involved, but they're different. They're different from what we were, and I don't know where the gaps started, but in many cases, that's instead of going up through the ranks, you start as when I started as a welder, I was 20 years old, and I had a 7-day-a-week job, and I'd try to learn to do something I didn't know how to do. You'd go to see one of the old guys, and they would not show you, because their mentality was, and this was huge,
that you're going to take it over.
If you become smart as me, you'll take my job, and I'll be out of a job. They would not show you how to do that. Now, if you're dedicated enough and determined enough, you'll figure it out. Mm-hmm. You'll find somebody that'll teach you. That's what I did.
Yeah.
And I didn't try to take their job. I later became their boss. But and as a very young person, because I was dedicated to learn and knowing how to do it because of the work ethic. But that's the kind of thing we compete. Now that generation, the same age I was then, which is over 40 years ago, they already have access to all this information. They already know it. They don't need me to teach them. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I need them to teach me. Mm-hmm. But so there's some shifts there, and a lot of that, and the type of jobs they're looking for may not be available. I think there may be some coming, but it's like a guy who owns a small business here for many, many years told me several years ago that 5 years down the road or 10 years down the road, we won't be able to employ people to do service work. Well, he's almost correct.
Yep, you're right.
I've watched it to where he was almost a prophet on that. But
do you remember
but
the
there
days?
is a huge need out there that if young people pay attention and they can pay well to get into the service, where mechanics or welding or assembling, a lot of things. There's good jobs out there waiting for people, and they're starting to pay good.
TV repair shops.
Mm-hmm.
There's not one. I don't know of any in the two-county area.
I'll throw them away. Mm-hmm.
I don't know of any in the two-county area.
That's where we're at now. What I understood. This tells you this changes. Did the Arkansas Democrat Gazette come out Sunday with a note attached to it that the hand delivery or the paper delivery will stop in Mountain Home or outside of Little Rock? If you want to read their paper on Sunday or daily paper, now you're going to be on your iPad or on your phone or on your computer. They're not shipping it up here anymore. And that note was attached to Sundays to kind of shocked everybody that loves to read the paper. I'm not one of those people, but a lot of people are addicted to that, and now that all of a sudden it's gone. Well, that's a generational change. That's what's happening, and they're losing money doing it, and they have to make a business decision. And so you get your digital subscription if you want to still read it. The bad thing about it is, if I want to know the news, I know it before the paper gets here. Mm-hmm. If I want to take the time to read it, and they understand that. That's the competition they're in. But so this generation's changed, and these young people are changing it.
And with that, we're going to take a quick break, visiting with Baxter County Judge Mickey Pendergrass. Be right back.
You already know that Ferris mowers are the only mowers on the market with a patented spring suspension system, saving you time in the seat, less back stress, and a professional even cut every time. You already know that Mower Warehouse is the only area dealership that will accept your mower trade-in. But did you know that a truckload of discounted 2017 models just arrived at Mower Warehouse, allowing you the pleasure of saving hundreds of dollars on your next mower purchase of a new Ferris or Simplicity zero-turn machine? Come check out the parking lot sale at Mower Warehouse, located on Buzzard Roost in Mountain Home.
Hello, I'm Charles Ferguson. Here at Mountain View Chevrolet, we still do business the old-fashioned way with honesty and integrity. And we have a good inventory of new Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs from large to small. Our service department has all GM certified technicians, and our friendly salespeople are ready and eager to fit a car truck to your needs in a price range you can afford. We also have a lot full of pre-owned cars and trucks, program and new car trade-ins to choose from. So come see us at Mountain View Chevrolet.
If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with the pie lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant, located on the square in Mountain Home.
Do you know where your money goes when you give to charity? At the Salvation Army, 85 cents of every dollar stays to help those in need in our local community. Hi, I'm Captain Spaulding. The money we raise help people in the surrounding 5 counties, including Baxter, Marion, Sharp, Izzard, and Fulton. You can help by donating your unwanted items and by shopping at the Salvation Army store. Those in need get assistance with rent, utilities, sending kids to camp, and many other things. When it comes to this charity, the Salvation Army always helps those in our community.
Why would I recommend Hospice of the Ozarks? Because I know the people that work there, I know their hearts, and I know that Their desire is to help people with the suffering and the anxiety and the things that can come with either terminal diagnosis or a terminal condition. We want them to have a peace of heart and to have a comfort and to know that someone's there to help them through that so they can enjoy the time that they have.
$7:35 on this Tuesday, June 5th. Oh, turnabout's fair play. Back on April 19th, I had a birthday. My son walked in here and had a cake and all kinds of stuff. And
really?
Yeah.
Really?
Somebody was an accomplice. So now I get back at him. Happy birthday, Caleb. I just put it out on TV. So if you know Caleb Hoffman, wish him a happy birthday today. I'll get
Happy birthday, Caleb.
Happy birthday, Caleb. Today's the day?
Today's the day. Today's the day. So you've got a little note opened up down here on your phone.
Yeah, as is normal, and each month when we come in here, it seems to fall on the same night as Quorum Court meeting. Mm-hmm. And we have 7 items on the agenda, of which one has already been pulled. Item number 1. We had some issues. We're dealing with the issues of the Industrial Park Board and trying to transfer the jurisdiction because it's been kind of defunct for the last several years, since way before my time, and we're going to have to redo that because the way we wrote it just didn't pass muster, so we pulled that. And then some normal appropriation funds and moving some money around. We have a reserve. We've had a reserve fund that's been called from the time they sold Baxter Manor Nursing Home, and we had to do some recent work on the courthouse because it's been flooding. And if you've seen the yard this spring, you've noticed that flooding, and we needed what money was left in the balance of that fund to plus a grant. We got a $10,000 grant to do this, then we had to fund the rest of it. So we're using the balance of that fund on that building, trying to get dry. And of course, the first thing it promptly did was come that rain Saturday or Friday and flooded the stairwells and put water under the door and still sent water into the basement of the courthouse. But it wasn't due to this work. We think this work held. And then there's some resolutions addressing the vacancy. We had a JP that resigned at the end of the meeting last month. We need to do a resolution so we can send to the governor, see if he wants to appoint one to finish out that term, which is the end of the year. And then reappointing a couple of members of the Board of Equalization, Kathy Bailey Brackett and Jim Bodenhammer. And then number 5 is the resolution addressed to the governor, Arkansas Pollution Control and Ecology Commission, and the Arkansas Department of Environmental Quality. And the JPs took this was in support, started out in support of the Newton County resolution concerning the C&H hog farm and what's happening over that. And they have taken it and rewrote it. They tabled it last month and have changed it out to make it applicable to Baxter County, which is one of their concerns. Why are we writing an ordinance for Newton County? Well, because we have some similar issues that could happen here. So they rewrote it, and they did a lot of work on it. We've been working with them. And if you'd like to see that, it's available online, baxtercounty.org. Go to public documents, and you'll see the list of the Quorum Court meetings there, and the agenda should be posted there now, and all these resolutions will be there. But they're going to address that, and that's what we have. I have a new administrative assistant. My administrative assistant that's been here since I started in 2013 has decided to go back home. So she moved this week, and I have a new one that started yesterday, and we're getting her on board. She'll be there tomorrow night to introduce everybody, so we'll be glad to have Trish back on board with help the county judge in Baxter County. What else is going on? Let's see. We got lots of stuff. It's the spring of the year. Lots of things going on.
Well, you came out pretty good with winter. It was mainly cold, very little snow and ice,
Correct.
if any. And so, what about, and I know this is beyond control, Baxter County Judge. Channel 3 had on traffic update work on both of the dams. And at one point, I think Bull Shoals was shut down, not the dam itself, but the road.
Mm-hmm.
So they're always working on those.
Well,
What's going on?
What they've been working on is the floodgates and the opening and the mechanisms, and they have to tie up the roadbed to put their equipment in there, and they're replacing seals and sandblasting and planking up all these floodgates.
So it's not the pavement that they're working on; it's over the side.
It's not the dam; it's the floodgates. It's not the roadway, but they have to use that roadway to hang their equipment over the side with big sandblasters. And I know we had a flood last year when they were doing that, and they had the seals removed from one of the floodgates that they were working on when the water came up. And they had to shut everything down and leave because the water then got higher than it was. But that one didn't have any seals in it, so it was just like a sea of water.
They
coming
got
around
wet.
Yeah. But it's one of those deals. And the water level is close to endangering that work right now, but they are drawing them down. The last 2 or 3 days I've been watching, they've been pumping one or both generators in Norfolk and up to 6 in Bull Show, so they've been pulling some water, watching the river downstream at Newport. But that may be one of the reasons why they're getting it pulled down, not only because of the time of the year it is, but because they're trying to get those jobs finished. But that's what they've been doing on the.
I know they did the one at Heber Springs back.
Yep, they did it too. I got caught in that several trips.
Yeah, back in January. I think they finished that one in February or March, I think, because I went down there.
But these are big, huge sandblasters on all equipment. They hang a cradle over the side. Of course, there's one hanging there anyway. But and they go down and spray that thing. That's probably pretty good paying job if you'd like to hang off down there off that rope. Climb that ladder down there.
Window washer for a skyscraper.
You got 200 foot of water under you on the upper side, and on the lower side, if you're on the back it may be a while to the river. But
yeah,
that's probably a pretty good paying job.
I bet it is. So road improvements. At one time we were talking about, let's see, what was it? Culp Road, cutting that through or paving down Push Mountain to Culp.
Well, we got that done a couple of years ago. The first phase. We're waiting on the engineering plans for the second phase. We were supposed to have it, but now we hadn't got it yet. So that we have a phase 2 that goes in there because the county is in charge of getting the right-of-way to do that road. And a lot of this one is going to be on the National Forest. But there are at least 5 private landowners. One who is a county judge friend of mine who lives in another county, owns a family farm down there on that road. So he's very willing to help us. So if the rest of them are that good, we'll get the engineering plans, we'll get that done. But as far as regular road work, we are ripping up some old paved roads, some roads we had in the plans right now. Fouts Road has been ground up. We got a grant from the Arkansas Game and Fish because there is a launch ramp and a marina at the end of this road. It's a high traffic road. And to rebuild it, we've been replacing culverts, which is something we commonly do on these paved roads. But we rented a grounder and ground the whole thing up, and it's being packed now. Trying to square up the entrance on it. Then we have Blue Wing Road north of town it's been on my list to do since I took office, and hopefully we'll get up there and grind it next. That should start pretty soon. So we're aggressively addressing some of these higher traffic roads. We've been working on this list 4 years now, and 5. This will be the 6th year, trying to rebuild and maintain the existing paved roads. And in the meantime, we do get help from the public and the residents of some roads and get to pave the current gravel road. But that's not our focus right now. We can't pave more roads than we can't take care of the current paved roads we got.
Yeah.
And a lot of them, it's been a long time since they've been sealed and they've fallen apart, and they have to do dig outs and new drainage. So that's been our program we're trying to work on. We still got a long ways to go on that, but that's going to be our focus until we get caught up, which may never happen.
And then folks have to realize that Baxter County is kind of a long, narrow county because Big Flat's in Baxter County, and so's Gamelia and Three Brothers, and so you basically got the Missouri state line all the way down to.
And we're fortunate most of that south of the White River is National Forest.
Yeah.
But we do have some long, rough county gravel roads down there. Some of them go to the river.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them go to Stone County. Some of them go to the Buffalo. But those are roads that are hard to get to. They're low population, but they might get more usage. But we do have to contend. We have about 700 miles of roads here. Just under half of them have existing chip and seal of pavement, and that's the ones that we've been working on rebuilding. We have a lot of those. The potholes, you can grade a road that is gravel that get washed out. You cannot grade a road that's old chip and seal and got potholes in it. We've also changed our supplier for pothole repair mix. It's more expensive, but it's supposed to be much better, and so far it seems to be working. We've started using that very aggressively this spring to fill potholes, and they have, the last report I had, they were 200 plus tons of that stuff this spring, putting out just for potholes. And I know they probably got
leftover coffee.
they have probably refilled the bin couple of times since I got that figure, but they have been very aggressive going after that this spring, and this so far we'll see how long it lasts, but it seems to be paying off.
More with the Judge right after this. Time for a quick break. Be right back.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
Hi, I'm Ricky with Arch Trash Pickup. If anybody needs trash service in the area, please give us a call. Arch Trash Service is veteran owned, and I've been in the local area resident for over 20 years. I'll provide a better service than the other guys and even provide front door service trash pickup for those that aren't able to take their trash to the curb. We'll also pick up almost anything and even provide free recycling. I am Ricky with Arch Trash Pickup. And please give me a call for all your trash service needs.
Nemus Pizza in Gassville, Arkansas is your home for national and international award-winning pizza. Nemus Pizza offers artisan-made award-winning pizza with only the freshest and finest of ingredients. Each pizza is made from scratch and hand-tossed at the time you place your order. And also check out their calzone strombolis, an oven-baked folded pizza stuffed with your choice of meat. Sauce can be on the side or included inside at your request. Nemus Pizza in Gassville, Arkansas, your home for award-winning pizza. Do you ever feel like your butt's dragging and you could really use a lift? Ozark Diesel Off-Road. Ozark Diesel Off-Road has been installing lifts for over 25 years. They specialize in all your off-road vehicle needs, from general repairs such as engine diagnostics, clutch and brake repair, to custom fabrication like axle gears and lockers, leveling and suspension kits, and everything in between. So if your vehicle could really use a lift, head to Ozark Diesel Off-Road, located at 5051 Highway 62 East, or give them a call at 870-425-LIFT. 7:48, finishing out the show with Mickey Pendergrass, Baxter County Judge. What else we need to talk about, Judge?
Well, we are thankful to the people for giving us last October a special election to pass the sales tax, which we're collecting the 1 cent right now to add the addition to our jail. We have a 104 bed jail right now, and I think you'll have a sheriff on. He can explain this to you in the near future, but we've been running from 107 to 125 residents of our local facility, and so we're out of room. The planning is pretty much, the engineering is pretty much done. We're going to open bids on June the 27th to start construction, and hopefully this will pay for it. And so that is, we're in the midst of that right now, and we're going to try to get that done within the year's time. Got 109 this morning, so yeah.
He is full.
Yeah, it's been that way for the last month at least, and yeah, I've seen it as high as 122 or 125.
So what do you do? I mean, you got a 100-bed jail.
We got cots.
But what about federal regulations and stuff like that?
They don't inspect on weekends. No, we take care of that to meet the jail standards, and everybody's aware. A lot of times they're aware of this. They know what our plans are. They know what we got going on. And Marion County's getting close. They're halfway through getting their bill. I'm gonna go over next week and look at it and take a tour of it and look at it. And as long as you've got something in the bin, so to speak, something in the oven working, they'll kind of let you slide if you treat these, give them as much treatment as you can, considering the circumstances of being crowded. But since we have that, we just kind of have to slip by until we can get there. It's a shame that we have one person in that jail. But in today's climate, and of course we have a lot of frequent flyers that we have started noticing a year or so ago, telling everybody about how many times this one's been here and how many times that one's been here, or how many times they've been to the state DOC facility, and people get in that ugly cycle and they just can't seem to get out of it many times. And all the programs, and there are other programs coming that's going to try to help that. But that's the big thing that's going on right now, and it's a constant.
Here's one inmate right now, theft of property, Class A misdemeanor. There's 4 charges there, 3 forgery charges, fraud using a credit debit card. 1, 2, 3 of those. I mean, do they not think that eventually they're going to get caught?
And I don't think.
Yeah.
There is an addiction in 80 to 90% of those cases that's driving this whole thing. And it causes them to be guilty of other crimes to fund their addiction. And that is something that the Counties Association, the County Judge Association, and others have been a part of, along with some of the cities, a lot of the cities, and the state, in pursuing this opioid drugs. There was a major drug bust of a major trafficker for heroin that the DEA made recently, and it was unbelievable, the tons of heroin he was getting into this country right out of Afghanistan. You want to know why we're there? That's where it's coming from.
That's where it's coming from.
And they were bringing in, and he was bragging about he could just have that delivered anywhere. I'm talking about hundreds of tons of heroin, and they finally arrested him in a foreign land and got him here, but try to help shut that down. But that's what drives this. It goes from, some of it starts very legitimately for pain meds, but it ends up into heroin, and it ends up with an addiction that they cannot afford, and so they start looking at your stuff and my stuff and everybody else's stuff, trying to afford their addiction. And it's a strong addiction. It's hard to get off of. And that's what drives so much of this.
And with that, I'm going to promote this today at 3, from 3 to 7:30. Hidden in Plain View. And what this kind of goes along with the addiction program. This is a program at the library, and it talks about how kids know how to hide stuff in the bedroom. You know, you say, oh, well, little Susie's room's so nice and clean. Well, what's being hidden there? So this is an initiative for parents to learn to look at the signs of a possible addiction.
And
be there
the support of the Care Center Ministries and other organizations like that Jerry announced a while ago about they're going to be functioning for fundraising to help forward there. They're doing great work with these people, and they're having a lot of success rate. John 3:16 was another one that has a lot going on. They have a big activity in Jonesboro coming up, but these groups need our help and our support because they are successful. But it takes a commitment from these people to get into those programs and to be successful, and it's a long-term commitment. But it is that difficult, and it keeps our jails full. And Baxter County is not unique; it's statewide. So,
and I wish we had an answer, but we don't.
Well, I have an answer. I don't know. I was raised in a godly home, fear God, and and the values that are taught in the scriptures, and we have gotten away so much from that.
Well, I heard that one.
In society, I often think about if you have a comparison of who you want for your neighbor, and you have the choices here, which one would you pick?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I want to pick somebody just like me, because I'm not going to rob your stuff. I may borrow it, but I'm going to bring it back, and I'm going to ask your permission. But if you have help, if you need help, and if I can possibly help you, I'm going to help you.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have any money because that's what I do. I give it all away. But, of course, when you got this many kids and grandkids, that happens too. But that's the values of family values has been destroyed. I heard some stats. I heard two that absolutely terrified me recently. 49+% of all babies now born in this country are born out of wedlock with no known daddy.
49%.
And in this hospital, right here in Baxter Regional, 40% of the mothers giving birth have some kind of street drug in their system when they give birth.
Good.
Now, when they told us that stat, about fell on the floor.
40%.
That's scary.
That's 4 out
Those
of every
kids
10.
don't have. Those babies don't have a chance.
4 out of every 10.
4 out of 10.
Man.
Have a street drug test in their system when they deliver. And it may be or may not be related to the fatherless child, but the family values and the core values of our families and training these kids up, it's gone. And people refuse. We become selfish and want what's best for me, and we don't care about you. And the values that a lot of us grow up with, they're not predominant like they were. When I had to worry more about my neighbors seeing what I did than I did my mother. Because when they told my mother what I did and it was something I was right, it was worse than if she'd seen it. So, we've got away from that. We're scared of it. And in some places,
when we went to church,
not so much here, but in some of the big cities, they lock the doors, pull the blinds, and are scared of their neighbors.
Yep.
They don't know their neighbors.
Yep.
And
if we were at
that's
church
the kind of society
and
we're living in.
Some Ted Zimmerman's mom says, Dale, you stop doing that, I'm going to tell your mom and dad. You stop doing it. You behaved, If you got in trouble at school, wait till you got home. Remember the proverbial note from the teacher?
Well, they knew about it before I did. Many times. But it didn't take that. But that's a lot. And I'll get on the stump and get to preaching here in a minute. But I don't want to do that. But and that probably, just the fact that I make that statement probably makes some people upset. But I'm sorry, that's where we're at.
That's where we're at. I agree.
We don't teach that. I saw it when I was on the school board many years ago, when people started getting an influx of people from out of state. That's where it really happened. But they would be in high school, the kids would be kind of pushing back against the administration, and when the administration tried to crack down on them and get everybody to play by the rules, guess who got mad at who? The parents did not discipline their children. They tried to discipline the administrators.
Yeah.
And they brought it all the way to the school board. It was just ridiculous.
Yeah.
But they take up for the little Johnny when little Johnny is the guilty party.
Yep.
And he needs a little guidance. But we got that, I know.
My kid would never do that. You're wrong,
I got my rear end busted, and I'm still okay. Most people think I'm okay.
Swap with a board or a belt or a little hickory switch or something out in the woodshed.
We're baby boomers, and on the front end, early baby boomers. But most of us, our daddies came back from the war, and they didn't take any prisoners when we messed up.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't mess up.
What about you? Ever get an old hickory switch on the butt?
Oh yeah, I mean worst is when they tell you to go find one. 'Cause you're out there looking, that one's going to break my back. That one, they'll just send me back out. Meanwhile, they're inside dying, laughing at me, looking.
Yeah, it was never good to go cut your own switch.
No.
Don't get them too thin. Yeah, a good old-fashioned woodshed wouldn't hurt a few kids nowadays, would it?
No, it would not. And You know, I didn't mind whoopings from my mother so much, and she was pretty quick to give one. I didn't want one from Dad. One's enough of that.
There you go.
So you didn't push that line.
It was always that line of it's going to hurt me more than it's going to hurt you.
Yeah, right.
I knew what was coming.
Anyway, thanks, Sarah County Judge Mickey Pendergrass for being here. And we'll be back tomorrow. Hope you have a great day. Enjoy the nice weather. See you tomorrow. Happy birthday, Caleb.
Happy birthday, Caleb. And
Jim
stay
Bumgarner.
tuned. Jim Bumgarner up next.